Okay, I'm going to test this 10 ohm rheostat here. Now I did test it before I put this thing together the first time. However, I'm just verifying that I do have everything hooked up the way it should be. I've got my meter connected up to the ground, or I will have it connected to the ground, which is, here's the ground post right here, and now it's connected up to ground. The other end is connected to the A- common wire. So I'm going to throw the switch, and then I'm going to rotate the rheostat, and it does work just fine. It is working just as it should be. So this rheostat turns the filaments of the first two stages up and down, and that's important to know that that's working. So I'll just shut the switch off, and then we're dead. So that's correct. Okay, now I'm going to check the 20 ohm rheostat, and in this case I have my meter. I've got my meter, one lead of the meter on A- through the cable, and the other one is on the V3 filament, because that's all that 20 ohm rheostat regulates, is the filament voltage to V3, which is the audio detector amplifier. The two audio output tubes, the filaments are always on full. They're not adjustable. I found that quite interesting. That's a variation from the first, I think, Atwater Kent radios, but we're going to test it and see if that rheostat is good. And we pull the switch. There we have 18.7 ohms, and I'll rotate it, and we go right down to 0.9 ohms. So we know that that's good. So we're good at that point. Okay, I've double checked everything and verified that everything is wired right, and I also checked the audio transformers. They are both good. I checked those out. These mica capacitors, there's two of them in this radio. Amazingly, they are both good. I would have never thought they were, but I checked them the first time and they were. The 0.3 microfarad capacitor, I don't know why I didn't check that, or if I checked it and didn't replace it, but of course this is my replacement for that capacitor. So essentially what happened with this radio, starting from a piece of junk mouse hotel that I bought at a flea market, I had to completely take it apart. This chassis is painted. I had to use lots and lots of navel jelly on it because the mice, everything in it was rusted. So I took it completely apart and just had the chassis, and I completely worked on the chassis and repainted it. Everything is pretty much done as good as I think I can, as I'm capable of. I had to replace this center control and coil. I got the whole thing from the person that sold it to me, this right here, because the mice had damaged it. The other thing I fixed, of course, were these two wire wound resistors. This one over here. Those I replaced by putting resistors underneath. My grid leak resistor is replaced. I still have the original glass tube above it. It's open, but it don't care because there's a resistor underneath. There's a bridge resistor that one end of this is soldered. It's soldered right in the middle of it. I checked that resistor thoroughly, and that resistor is good. So that's a good resistor. As far as I can see, I should be ready to put this thing back together. I'm going to maybe clean up a few things first, and then put it all back together and test it and see what we get. Okay, I now have the power supply reconnected to the radio. I've already tested the radio, so I know it works, but I'm going to set up in a little while on a tripod and tune some stations on the video. Here I have the horn speaker. I don't have lights down in here, but we will see if you can see the tube filaments light up. And maybe you can, maybe not. I guess maybe that doesn't show up. So let's turn this on and see what we can tune. Now they say that usually only one person in the family tuned this radio, or tuned one of these 3-dial radios, and I can see why that is. There's a weak station. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
You get $300 of furniture free with every $600 you spend. Choose from American's huge furniture selection and get $300 of free furniture with every $600 you spend, plus take 12 months to pay. The furniture you want at unbeatable prices. American, bring it home. Looking for appliances at an unbeatable price? Look at American. This week, every appliance $2.99 and up is 10% off. Plus, stimulus rebates are back only at American. Take 10% off washers and dryers, plus stimulus rebates of up to $100.
You're listening to a radiola horn speaker, and that's what's actually speaking.
Stimulus rebates and even 12 months to pay. American, bring it home. Some exclusions apply. See store for promotional deals.
A lot of hiss.
If you want to start a fish fight in Iowa, say something bad about it. If you want to get patted on the back in Texas, you want to say something bad about it. A new report shows we're now paying $3.88 a gallon on average for regular unleaded nationwide. ABC News has learned Republican Congressman Ron Paul will announce tomorrow he's forming a presidential exploratory committee. You're listening to ABC News. The Home Depot is helping decking pros lower their
There you go.
veranda armor guard
That's it.
decking. Start building with durable, ultra-low maintenance material for a lot less than other premium composites. Saw it, drill it, and get it with a 20-year warranty against cracking.